to the Prophecy Club. Where do I start? There are so many things happening today. Where do I start? So let me back up. I can remember Prophecy Club started in 1994, and in the late 90s, I actually employed a lady. I paid her, $200-$300 a month, and she scanned like anywhere from 15 to 20 newspapers a day. She had a scanning service. I wasn't the only one. She would pull or cut out various articles. I would tell her the topics I was interested in, and she would cut these articles out, and each week I would get an envelope with those articles. And then from those articles, I put those into the newsletter, and that was the balance of the body of the newsletter, meaning we had to have someone searching newsletters and newspapers to be able to find information regarding Bible prophecy. Today, it is jumping off of the map. It is every place. I've got so much information to make radio programs, I can't even get it all in. So, as a matter of fact, I've finally been invited to be a guest on another radio program. They don't like me because I tell them the truth. Because the truth is, American Christians don't like the truth. They don't like Bible prophecy. They don't want to hear bad news. Tell them only good news. Okay, that's the truth of the matter. And so since I'm going to tell them the truth, I'm going to tell them there's not going to be a pre-trib, a mid-trib, a pre-wrath rapture. Nobody is going anyplace, all right? It's not going to happen. Yes, God is going to protect us, but it's not going to be by getting sucked in the air. Sorry, I've covered that many times. Not going to go into that today. But they don't like some of the things that I say, but here very soon, they're going to start liking. Soon, pastors, prophecy teachers, teaching the pre-trib rapture will discover the shock of their error. Church members will get uncharacteristically angry at their pastors, and if they only beat them, the pastors will get off light. And that's a quote pretty close to it, word for word, from Michael Boldea. So today, let's talk about where we are and where we're going. I continue to want to believe that America is not going to fall on or about or around the year 2020, 2021. But as I've said, when the newspaper headline comes out that says Omer ushers in Palestinian state, we're going to have a real good idea. And at that point, I'm probably going to say America has only a year or two before Russia strikes and takes America down. And as I just put in a radio program last week, now Ehud Omer, this was one of the articles, is now saying that Netanyahu's time is over. He is about to leave, and he believes that Ehud Omer will be the new prime minister of Israel, and he is going to bring in a Palestinian state. So let me remind you, January 22 of 2006, that's one of the headlines that God spoke audibly to my wife Leslie, saying Omer ushers in Palestinian state. Now, she didn't see it spelled, so we don't know if it was Olmert, which is the way you spell Ehud Omer, or if it's Omer. I do not think it's the counting of the Omer. Right now, I would have to say I think it is referring to Ehud Omer, and he is apparently about to come in as the new prime minister of Israel and bring in a Palestinian state. That newspaper headline appears, and all of a sudden, I'm going to say, yeah, it is really close. All right, let's back up. Now, I don't have a whole lot of notes on this because I'm kind of giving you an overview. As you recall, Dimitri Duduman was told that God is going to take away our power. So here's the way it works, brothers and sisters. When a nation or when an individual or a group or a company or a family, when that family or that group is observing God's laws, then he blesses them. And when they begin to sin, then he brings curses upon them, period. Bottom line, that's it. So our nation was a nation that took the Bible through the world. And as a result of winning so many souls, our nation was blessed. Our nation was a nation that basically allowed Israel to become a nation. So we were blessed upon blessed upon blessed upon blessed. God has raised this nation up to be, as Donald Trump says, great. And Revelation 18 calls us great. I forget how many times, 8 or 10 times, you can find the word great in Revelation 18 talking about America. But as we have sinned, God is taking us down. What the angel told Dmitri is that through storms, now when we talk about storms, I think that's referring to tornadoes and hurricanes, but it's also referring to massive flooding and also snowstorms. So storms and fires. What have we seen with fires? What were there, 85 fires burning in the West at one time this past year? And then the same thing last year. So we have seen amazing hurricanes, flooding, snowstorms, ice storms. Oh, and it just over and over and over. And of course, America doesn't get it. And then we have, and bless his heart, I'm not criticizing Franklin Graham. I love him, and he's probably going to win more souls in heaven than I am. So I'm not criticizing another brother in Christ out there. But it doesn't help when here we are trying to warn that, yes, God is speaking through his judgment. He's speaking through the finger of God by bringing firestorms and tornadoes. And then Franklin Graham comes along and says, oh, no, 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 no. When bad things happen to a people or to a country, that's not God talking. Well, I'd agree. It's not always God talking. But when it happens to a nation as often as it's happened to America, and when a prophet like Dmitri Duduman was told it's going to happen, you got to step back and say, it's accurate. Now, the problem is most of these pastors, they live in their own little world, their little pre-trib world of their various different little Bible versions, and they only care about just loving people and filling up their little congregation and building a great big building. Well, God is not interested in that. I know that busts some bubbles, but God is interested, or Jesus is interested in building his kingdom, his throne, for his might and his glory. And he is going to destroy the fourth world government. He's going to destroy this entire world, and he is going to set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed. That's his objective. And if we lose sight of that, then we lose sight of where we're really going. So, God has brought us storms, fires, tornadoes, hurricanes, massive flooding, snowstorms. Yes, brothers and sisters, they are the finger of God. God is in the process of removing our previous blessings. This caravan coming up that began in Guatemala, went up through Belize, and then El Salvador, and then Mexico. It is the finger of God. And God is filling America with people to ruin our nation. Yes, bringing in this many people. Look, if they're not Christians, it's destroying our nation. Not to mention whether they have diseases or bad attitudes, not to mention that they can't speak English, not to mention that many of them are criminals. But what God is doing is removing our blessings. We are in the process of God taking America out. Obedience brings blessings. Sin brings curses. Say it again. Obedience brings blessings. Sin brings curses. Now, I think that what you're going to see, the caravan probably will come to America. And despite everything that Trump is going to do, many of them will get into America. And that will be the shout. Jeremiah 51, verse 12. Set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon. Now, when the Bible says set up the standard, he's saying, I'm holding up my law. I'm holding up my law, and I'm looking at this nation. How's this nation doing when it comes to keeping my law? And that's generally what happens when he's bringing judgment. He's saying, this is what I said. You're not doing it. So when he says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, here it is, prepare the ambushes. What you're going to see is America is going to be caught in an ambush. Okay, so hang on. What's an ambush? The rabbit is going down the trail, and he goes the trail between where he eats and where he goes to get a drink of water, and he makes that trail in the morning and in the evening. And he's been doing this for many months, maybe even several years, and everything has been fine. But a trapper comes along and sets an ambush in that trail. So what was good yesterday and last week and the month before now is not good. See, many of the things that America has been doing that we've been getting by with, that have been a source of our blessings, God is about to turn to an ambush. Let's go on. Prepare the ambushes, for the Lord hath both devised and done that which he has spake against the inhabitants of Babylon, which is America. O thou that dwellest upon many waters, that's America. Our nation dwells upon many different land masses surrounded by water. Abundant in treasures, that's talking about America. Again, make America great again. Thine end is come. And as a watchman on this radio program, I sit here before you today feeling the anointing, meaning I know that what I'm telling you is of God. I'm telling you our nation's end is come. Now, not immediately, not today, not this week, not even this year, but we are at the door. And the measure of thy covetousness is America. The average person that makes good money, what do they want to do? They want to make more money. Are they concerned with the homeless, the needy? Nope. They concerned with the fatherless, the orphans? Nope. I mean, that's the reason you see many of America's cities, you go up into the Northwest, Portland, Oregon, all up and down California, they have entire cities of homeless people. Why? And then right next to them, you have extremely wealthy people, because the wealthy people only want more money. They're not concerned with the fellow people around them. They're not concerned with the homeless. The Lord of hosts has sworn by himself. And when God swears by himself, he's saying, I guarantee, this is coming. Surely I will fill with men as with caterpillars, meaning I will make that caravan come into America, and not that caravan only, but another one and another one and another one. And then when your walls fall, as when Russia attacks and many of the other nations, and I'm going to send many more people, and they're going to lift up a shout against you. Just like Shane Warren saw, he saw people rioting and holding up signs, we want our entitlements. What we think is going to happen, and I've talked about this, I think that what you're about to see is a Republican landslide like American political history has never seen. We're about to see the Democrats kicked out from the bottom to the top, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south. And I think we're about to see that as I've said, and I've been saying this for 6 months, and I said it about Trump, and I was right there too, because we are in the Jeremiah 51 verse 9 time, means we would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, and let every man return into his own country. This is America's last chance, our last chance to heal our nation. And apparently we are not going to be getting it healed. Remember, 2020 is 400 years from the Mayflower Compact, when God signed an agreement with our forefathers before they even got off the Mayflower boat, and they wrote and signed and said, we're starting a new nation for the furtherance of the Christian faith, unquote. In 2020 is also 40 years from when judgment was first pronounced to Dimitri Duduman about America. Shane Warren says America falls in 2021. Is he right? Terry Bennett says America falls in 2021. Is he right? In the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, let a thing be established. Is that 4 witnesses? Now, I'm not ready to say that 2020 or 2021 is the fall of America, but I am starting to think that time is running out. I want to believe that we have another 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but I'm beginning to seriously wonder. 10/28 of 2018. This comes to us from WorldNet Daily. Headline: Russia says it's war. A Russian senior arms control official says his nation is preparing for war over President Trump's withdrawal from the nuclear missile treaty. Andrei Belousov made the declaration after Russia lost a vote at the UN to gather support from other nations for the immediate nuclear forces reduction treaty. Here recently at the meeting, the United States said that Russia is preparing for war, unquote. Belousov said that after the vote, yes, Russia is preparing for war. I have confirmed it. We are preparing to defend our homeland, our territorial integrity, our principles, our values, our people. We are preparing for such a war, unquote. Did you hear what was said? In my 65 years on this earth, I've never heard Russia make such a statement. Let me read it again. Listen. Listen and believe what I'm saying. I am feeling the anointing. I know that I'm bringing you truth today. Yes, Russia is preparing for war. I have confirmed it. We are preparing to defend our homeland, our territorial integrity, our principles, our values, our people. We are preparing for such a war, unquote. Trump accused Russia of not honoring the agreement last week and said the U.S. would be withdrawing. Russia, quote, tried to send a serious signal to U.S. political circles about the danger of the course chosen by the current U.S. administration, unquote. He said, we thought that such an initiative would be supported by all sensible forces. Trump has accused Russia of violating the 1987 INF Treaty, which eliminates all ground-launched cruise, let me say it again, all ground-launched cruise and ballistic missiles with a range of 300 to 3,400 miles. Why do they say 3,400 miles? Because that's the approximate distance between Russia and America, meaning this INF treaty is supposed to eliminate all ground-launched cruise or ballistic missiles that could be exchanged between America and Russia. Now, again, the hand of God, here's the way it works. God puts in front of you a decision to go to the left or go to the right. And then as you choose what appears to be the correct decision, since you are under his judgment, making what appears to be the correct decision is actually the wrong decision that leads you up to the rabbit trap. What you did yesterday is not going to work today. Let me go on with the article. In 2017, White House national security officials said Russia had deployed a cruise missile in violation of the treaty. Earlier, the Obama administration accused the Russians of violating the pact by developing and testing a prohibited cruise missile. Well, I don't know, and you don't know, if Russia has really violated it, and that's not the point. The point is, I see, and this is what we're looking for the finger of God. Is God making America great again? Removing our taxes, reducing the taxes, removing some of the barriers? Is he raising us up economically, or is he bringing Russia, Cuba, Nicaragua, Central America, Mexico, and two other countries to attack us? The answer is both. What? What do you mean? Well, because that's the way it works. There is no perfect blessings from God, and there is no total 100% curse from God. It's based upon being weighed in the balances, based upon what we do, means that God is offering us the chance as a nation to heal ourselves. But at the same time, he's also bringing a hand to slap us down. It's our choice whether we decide to repent. All right, now hang on. Would you agree that the economy is doing better? I don't know where you live, but I live in the DFW area, and as I drive around over the last couple of years, I see the traffic has increased everywhere. I see trucks out on the freeways a lot more, and I see what they're hauling, and they're hauling these big, giant gadgets or whatever's, air conditioners, or these, I don't even know what they are. They're pieces to large whatever's, refineries, and who knows. And I asked my wife, as a matter of fact, I asked several of the congregation members, have you seen a difference? Yeah, we've seen a difference. Our economy right now, for various reasons, which I need not go into, but various reasons, at least in the DFW area, and I believe it's true across the nation from what I hear on the news, it's exploding right now. Now, is there a reason why it should be exploding spiritually? Oh, I know what you're going to say. Well, Trump is doing a good job. Yep, I agree. I think he's probably the best president we've ever had. He's doing a good job. But that's not spiritually, and so consequently, our attitude, our spirit, our heart has not changed, meaning that when a nation is overblessed based upon it being weighed and being found wanting in the balances like the nation of Nebuchadnezzar and his son was, in other words, if we're getting too much blessing based upon our righteousness, then what has to happen? That has to come in balance. And right now, America is getting more blessing than our righteousness, in my opinion, is really deserving of, meaning that soon things have to come in balance. And that's the reason the storms have come, the hurricanes, the flooding, and soon, as I've been talking about, soon I think we're going to start seeing earthquakes. My guess is probably right after the midterms when he rounds up the, now I understand the count, I haven't confirmed this, but the sealed indictment account I hear is now up to like 60,000. So Trump rounds up 60,000 bad guys, and then the really, really bad guys that like them start protesting. And in the spirit, there's all this anger, and so God sends earthquakes. That's probably what's going to happen. I'm not trying to set a date on it, but that's probably the next thing in the spirit, probably something over the next year or thereabouts we can probably look for. All right, now, I know you're all watchmen, and I have something I want to talk to you about. I think it's important for you to get prepared to be watchmen. Yes, 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 I know. You've heard me talk about Dimitri Duduman a lot. But can you tell his story to someone else? Someone you're sitting across the table with, someone on a train or something like that. Can you begin to explain the prophecy that was given to Dimitri Duduman? My guess is that most of you can't. You've heard it, and you could kind of describe it in a few words, but you haven't really studied it enough to be able to repeat the prophecy. So I'm going to suggest you get three things, and we're putting it together in what I'm going to call the Watchman's Offer. I think you'll find it on the website as Wake Up America Offer. First of all, I'm going to suggest that you get this DVD. It's Wake Up America. This is actually the testimony of Dimitri Duduman. I think it was recorded in like 1996. And you'll see me introducing him and just say, wow, he sure is a lot older now. Yep, that's right, a lot older, about 30 years older. But nevertheless, it'll let you hear for yourself and actually meet the man, Dimitri Duduman, speaking in Romanian and his grandson, Michael Boldea, interpreting. This is where he tells about how the angel came to him and told him that he had 4 more years to carry Bibles. How the angel came to him when he's on the electric chair and said, don't worry, you're going to America to give them a warning from God. And then when he arrived in America, the fall of America would start with an internal revolution and all of that. You need to actually sit. Yes, I know it's on the website. Yes, you can watch it on the website. I encourage you, but I think it's important for you to actually physically have the DVD disc, because there's going to come a time, surely you know this, when the mark of the beast comes up, that you're not going to have access to the internet. You want to have the DVD because you want to be able to show this DVD to friends when the time comes. You want to have the disc. Second, I'm going to recommend you get the book. This is part of the offer, Prophecies of the Fall of America. Now, I actually organized this book, but I didn't write any of it. This is Dimitri Duduman's testimony, all of his dreams and visions and angel visits, all talking about the judgment on America, including his grandson, Michael Boldea, and also my wife, Prophet Leslie Johnson. For example, like you'll actually have a copy of the entire dream given to her April 15, 2002, Arafat in the hospital. All of the headlines, Israel refuses to help America, Omer ushers in Palestinian state, and all of that. It's all in the book. And another DVD that I made called America in Bible Prophecy. I use 193 scriptures, because America is not just in one location. It's scattered throughout the Bible in various places. 193 scriptures, and I show you where I believe America can be found in the Bible. I believe it leaves no doubt, and I help you to understand it, to be able to explain it. Why? Because, brothers and sisters, when you get and you stand before that judgment seat of Christ, you want to be receiving many, many crowns and rewards. You want to have a lot of souls that you presented to the Lord. If you're listening to this broadcast, you, as I've said before, and I say again, you are a watchman. And you need to get prepared. Okay, it's just like a plumber has to learn plumbing. An electrician has to learn how to be an electrician. If you're a watchman, you have to learn to be a watchman. Part of that, yes, is learning the Bible. Part of that is also knowing what the modern prophets are saying, because right now you start trying to talk to people about Bible prophecy, and they won't listen. I'll tell you, I've tried it. But you start talking about some of the things that the modern prophets are talking about, and they stop, and they listen, and you can get their attention. And as a result, perhaps maybe not then, but down the road, you can lead them to the Lord. So here's what we've done. I put together Dimitri Duduman's DVD called Wake Up America, the book Prophecies of the Fall of America, and my teaching America in Bible Prophecy. That's 2 DVDs and a book valued at $75. And believe me, if you paid $500 for them, you got a deal. Anyway, all 3 of them valued at $75 right now. We're making them available on the website for a gift of $35. You go to the website, you look up Wake America gift offer, and if you can't find that, if you want to just order by phone, it's 785-266-1112. Now, I know we've got a lot of new listeners come on from YouTube and whatnot. Strongly, look, if you were to say to me, if you were to email and say, what do you recommend I do to get prepared for what is coming? I'd say, this is probably the top of the litter right here. This is it. This offer, look, $35 is not much to get you prepared to win souls for the Lord, to be able to give an answer, to be able to explain what in the world's going on. It starts here. This Prophecies of the Fall of America book, read it and read it and read it and read it. And when you're done reading it again. I could probably quote most of that. And why? Because I'm called to be a watchman, but so are you, brothers and sisters. You know it. In your heart, you know it, and you know it upon you know it. My strong recommendation is get this. Spend the $35. Okay? Our ministry needs it, but you need it more than we need the $35. You need it to get prepared so you can give an answer, so you can answer, and also so you can understand things are going. I have made countless broadcasts explaining what in the world is going on out there based upon just the information in what I'm giving you. This Prophecies of the Fall of America, priceless. Any one of these, priceless. All 3 of them, valued $75, all for a gift of $35. Now, here's how you get it. Go to prophecyclub.com. Place an order right there. Wake Up America gift offer. If you can't find that, or if you want to do it by phone, 785-266-1112. I'll say it again, 785-266-1112. Probably the easiest way is to go to prophecyclub.com. And you can also go to watchprophecyclub.com, and you can watch the 2 DVDs instantly, but the book is not available there. And I recommend you get the book. So in this case, really, it's best if you go to prophecyclub.com and you want to get the Wake Up America gift offer. Prophecyclub.com, Wake Up America gift offer, $75 value for a gift of $35, 2 DVDs, and a book. You watch them several times, Bible in hand. You read the Prophecies of the Fall of America several times so that it's not just entertainment for you. There's going to be a time when matter of fact, it's already starting. It is already starting. You got to know. You have to know. It's not a joke anymore. It's not something you can put off anymore. You can't say, well, I'll do it sometime over the horizon, down the road a bit. No, it's time. Right now, it's time. You watchmen, get this information. prophecyclub.com, Wake Up America gift offer. Thank you for listening. Thank you for your prayers, and thank you for your gifts of support. God bless. Now from the Prophecy Club, some exciting opportunities for you. You can now watch 160 Prophecy Club recordings and soon over 300 without interruption. Most people would agree 300 titles, normally $30 each. A gift of $100 a month would be reasonable. $50 a pretty good deal, but the introductory rate for a limited time is just $20 recurring monthly subscription. A 1-year subscription is a gift of $200. There's no contract. You can cancel anytime you want to, and you get the first 3 days free just to check it out. The best deal is a yearly subscription that'll lock in your rate for a year even when we raise the rates. WatchProphecyClub.com. Go check it out, watchprophecyclub.com.